Most teachers are overwhelmed. But it is not because teaching is too hard. It's because the system they work within is fundamentally inefficient. Think about your last work week. How much of your time was spent on tasks that required your unique expertise? How much was spent on your passion? Your connection with students? Now, compare that to the time you spent on repetitive tasks. The truth is, a huge percentage of a modern teacher's workload is repetitive. Manually creating lesson plans from a blank page, writing 20 similar emails to parents, adapting a worksheet for 3 different learning levels. And that is exactly what artificial intelligence is designed to handle. The problem is, most educators are not using AI this way. Our use is often random and inconsistent. The real game-changing advantage of AI isn't one-off tasks. The true power is unlocked when you build a system. An integrated workflow that predictably and reliably handles the grunt work, freeing you to do what only a human teacher can do. I developed a systematic approach that now handles approximately 80% of my repetitive admin and planning work. It's not magic, it is a workflow. The core of teacher burnout isn't the act of teaching itself, it's the Sisyphean task of constantly starting from scratch. Every Sunday night, thousands of dedicated educators stare at a blank document, tasked with reinventing the wheel for the week ahead. They must create new lesson plans, new activities, new assessments, new parent communications. This isn't a failure of creativity or dedication. It's a failure of workflow design. Consider the daily grind. A student needs a concept explained in a simpler way. You stop and manually create a resource. A handful of parents need an update. You stop and craft similar messages. You need a quick quiz. You stop and manually type out questions. Each of these actions, in isolation, seems small, but compounded over a school year, they become a relentless drain on your time, energy, and cognitive focus. The problem is that teachers are forced to do too much of the wrong kind of work. It's a system that mistakes manual effort for professional rigor, but it doesn't have to be. The solution isn't to work harder or longer. The solution is to build a better system. In virtually every other high-performing field, success is not defined by manual effort. It's defined by the quality and efficiency of the systems that professionals use. It's time we, as educators, adopt this same mindset. We need to stop seeing ourselves as lone artisans and start seeing ourselves as architects of learning systems. So, if the goal is to build a system, where does artificial intelligence fit in? AI is not the system itself. AI is the engine that can accelerate your system. It doesn't replace your thinking. It executes your decisions at scale. Your role then shifts from being a manual data entry clerk to being an expert editor. You are still in complete control, but you're starting at 80% complete instead of 0%. This is the proper role of AI in education. AI handles the repetition, you handle the teaching. Our journey begins with the weekly planning system. This is where we conquer the dreaded blank page once and for all. You will use a structured prompt that acts as a template. It commands the AI to generate a 5-day lesson plan, specifying the topic, grade level, and the exact components you need. Within seconds, the AI will produce a detailed day-by-day schedule. This isn't your final plan, but it's a massive head start, saving you hours of foundational work. You've effectively front-loaded the most time-consuming part of the process, transforming hours of draining work into a few minutes of strategic prompting and expert review. Once you have your weekly plan, the next phase is the differentiation system. This is where the true power of AI as a system accelerator begins to shine. This system turns that hours-long manual process into a task that takes mere minutes. You will take a specific activity or reading passage from your plan and ask the AI to generate variations. In seconds, you have 3 distinct versions of the same core content, addressing a wide range of learning needs with minimal effort on your part. Your role shifts from being a manual content adapter to a strategic diagnostician, using your knowledge of your students to decide which variations are needed and how to deploy them effectively. We now move to step 3, the content creation system. This is where your abstract plans are transformed into the tangible materials your students will use. This system collapses that entire process. You will instruct the AI to use your differentiated plan to produce various formats, like a worksheet, a slide deck, and teacher notes. The AI then gets to work, building each document from your unified plan. You are no longer a short-order cook making each item one at a time. You are the factory supervisor. This system ensures perfect alignment and consistency, which reinforces learning and makes your instruction clearer and more effective. With your content created, we arrive at step 4, the assessment system. This is where we create tools to measure student understanding. This system automates the most laborious parts. You will feed the AI the content from your lesson and instruct it to create a quiz, specifying the number and types of questions. The AI will then scan the provided material and generate a draft of the quiz, complete with a corresponding answer key. By offloading the mechanical task of question generation, you reclaim valuable time to focus on analyzing assessment quality and predicting student misconceptions. After assessment comes one of the most powerful yet overwhelming parts of teaching: providing feedback. This is step 5, the feedback system. The core of the system is to train the AI on your specific evaluation criteria. You provide the rubric and student work, then prompt the AI to generate comments aligned to that rubric. The AI might generate, "Excellent use of the quote," and "How could you connect this evidence?" You simply copy, paste, and slightly tweak these comments, adding your personal voice. The system doesn't remove you from the feedback loop. It elevates your role, freeing you from repetitive strain so you can focus on strategic impact. We now arrive at step 6, the communication system, addressing a major source of repetitive work: professional correspondence. This system uses AI to draft routine messages. You provide key bullet points, and the AI turns them into a well-written, professionally formatted draft. The AI generates a polished draft instantly. You quickly review, add a personal touch, and send it in under a minute. You move from writing routine emails to strategic communication, building stronger relationships with families and colleagues. We have now reached the final and most powerful step: the repurposing system. This is where we ensure that the hard work you've put in is never wasted. The slide deck can become a video script. The worksheets can be bundled into a practice pack. The quiz questions can be used to create a review game. The second half of this system is organization. Create a standardized folder structure for every unit. This creates order out of potential chaos. When you teach this unit again, you won't start from zero. Your starting point is 90%. Your job shifts from creation to curation and refinement. Let's zoom out and appreciate the transformation. Before, your reality was a manual grind. Every week began with a blank page. Each lesson was a separate, isolated task. You were constantly switching contexts, depleting your mental energy. Now, contrast that with the after reality. Your week starts with a comprehensive draft. Your role has shifted to expert editor. Differentiation is an integrated step. Your content creation is a streamlined one-to-many process. The time saved isn't minutes, it's hours. This reclaimed time reduces cognitive load, freeing your mind to focus on what truly matters: connecting with students. Your work is no longer disposable, it is compounding. This is the difference between starting from scratch and working from a system. As you begin, be aware of common mistakes. The biggest is using AI randomly, without a system. Another is writing vague prompts. AI requires clear instructions. And avoid constantly switching between dozens of AI tools. Invest time to create and save prompt templates for each step. This ensures consistent, high-quality results every time. Finally, the most tragic mistake is failing to organize. You must commit to a simple, standardized folder structure. This discipline turns your weekly time savings into a compounding asset. The core message is simple. The teachers who thrive in the coming decade will not be the ones who work the hardest, but the ones who build the most effective systems. This system is not about replacing you. It is about liberating you. It takes on the 80% of your work that is repetitive, so you can pour 100% of your passion into the 20% that truly matters. AI is the engine. You are the pilot. Embrace a systems-based approach to protect your most valuable asset, your energy. The workflow you learned is your guide. It provides the structure, the steps, and the mindset shift to move from random acts of AI to a fully integrated teaching system. The journey from being overwhelmed to being in control begins with a single step. Don't try everything at once. Pick one step from this workflow and master it. If this structured approach helped you, subscribe to Skill Builders Academy now for a steady stream of actionable systems that cut through the hype and deliver real results. As a thank you, I've put a link in the description below to download the AI Teacher Workflow template. It's a free PDF that summarizes the 7 steps and includes copy and paste prompts you can use immediately. Download the template, subscribe to the channel, and take your first step toward replacing 80% of your repetitive work. Thank you for watching.